So now I'm going to space weapons to knuckles. Pretty good. Very good. Okay. I have completed the spacing and squaring, but not the leveling. But you can see it looks quite different. And a virtue of this completion is that I can turn my attention to the back checks. And the first step of this will be to square any back checks that are off. And there's one there. And there are a couple. They're not too bad. So an interesting thing about making things vertical is it often straightens out the back checks as well as improves other things. So the next step is to level the keys. We've roughed them in and so that we could take good samples in the piano. So we've set up the height already for our natural and our sharp. And so we have key steps that will serve as leveling supports as well as bedding samples. And I like to use the crown side of the straight edge. You can use the straight side as a matter of preference. I place my straight edge sort of in alignment with where the bevel at the front of the keys ends. So I don't have it completely flush where I have a hard time fitting the punchings underneath and seeing where they are and so forth. So it's a system that works really well. I do my sharps first and then my naturals, and I take the top stack off to add the punchings, and at the final pass, if I can calculate it to happen on the following day, and I'm going to do a weigh off, so I will be able to calculate this way. I will size the balance holes with, of all things, damp chaser additive, which is a surfactant that swells the wood back up. It won't over tighten, but it will, the wear and tear of leveling the keys, and in the case of this action, bedding note 88, anyway, it restores the holes a bit, and then I flip the punching so the soft punching is up. My original setup, I made the sharps 15, 30 seconds above the naturals. And the way I do it is my leveling sample naturals are set at their final height, and I'm now adjusting the height of my sharps, and I make the sharps 15, 30 seconds above by, these are gauge keys. I have 15, 30 seconds is my shortest back checking distance that I find useful, and I have a 1/2 inch, and by increments out to 5/8 of an inch. So I use this as a gauge for my back checking, but it's perfect for setting sharp height. So that is the height presently set, and I want to go to 1/2 inch, which, you know, clearly this is not as yet. So let's see if I can there we go. Now, particularly, even though these were roughed in, I've now raised the height, and they're really quite low. I've made these simple gauges with a popsicle stick sanded down at the end, and I've super glued on 2 punchings of all the various sizes. So it means that I can see that it's going to fit there. One punching at the balance will create approximately twice its height. So this gives me a sense of where I can safely, see, that is pinching. So from C sharp up, it's pinching at F sharp. Of course, this is a slight triangle, so it fits in quite easily at the front. So I'm going to say C sharp is good, and up through F sharp. And I just plonk them out there on the base side of each of my sharps. Okay, then you go to the next, and generally it's shaped like this so that it's not always that case. See, those are a pinch right there, so I've got one. Maybe just one each. It's better to be a little on the conservative side. Taking punchings out, we key levelers hate to do it. Okay, so the next round, and that is quite easy. So let's get through F sharp. So it makes it kind of painless. In the end, you have to be careful as you get right up close, but you don't want to overshoot. That is just very annoying. Okay, what have I got? Got a couple down at the bottom. Go down to this size and see if they fit. Yep. So I want the biggest one that fits readily. And I'll do the same thing with the naturals.